Hello everypony, my name is Moonlight Quill, and welcome to my studio. Alright, what I'd like to talk about is the My Little Pony movie, coming out October 6th. I'm pretty sure everyone knows that by this point, don't even know why I said it. Anyways, this movie, wow, it is amazing in general that this is going to be the first My Little Pony full-on movie in the theaters. So, number one, that's just astonishing. It really shows how incredible this fandom is with how we've been able to keep the love and the interest in this show so much that we've been able to successfully get the fandom so big enough for them to be, Hasbro that is, to push in them to want to keep this whole thing going of My Little Pony. So the whole animation, wow, it is nice actually. It's very beautiful, very colorful. It looks a little off, but that's just because we're quite familiar with the show's main style as of course, since it started. But you gotta expect it, though. I mean, I don't blame them in one sense, because it's a movie. It's the first full-on thing, so you gotta expect a little bit of, what's the word? Like some prettying it up, making it all fancy. Anyways, so far it is gonna be quite an adventure, which is what I was hoping for, especially in the main show, because if there's one thing I've always wanted to see more in My Little Pony is more adventures, more battles. Of course, I'm not expecting these battles to be extremely violent. I mean, you gotta expect it. It is still targeted towards younger audiences, so that's incredible. That's perfectly excusable. So, there's nothing at all revealed of the plot, and I mean, it's sort of obvious in its own way. I mean, I can see why people would find that to be a problem, but, writing stories is a hard thing. It's never going to be perfect, no matter how many times you try to redo the script, 10 times, 20 times, however many times over. It's like in games. You can only imagine how long it took some of these games to make. 5 years? 6 years? Maybe a little longer? Who knows? Just depends. So, I won't expect super greatness out of the story or dialogue. I mean, I'm sure there might be a few moments where I might be a little bit cringy, maybe awkward, but myself personally, I just excuse that and just push it aside. I know not everyone's like that, but anyways, the new creatures, or should I say both new and old races, I should say, excuse me, brought back into today's My Little Pony show. Now, I haven't watched any of the old 80s ones, never have. I don't think I ever will, because of my life, and I'm just not interested. Forgive me, please. But the Sea Ponies looks pretty awesome. I've been wondering when they were going to show up, either in the show or the movie. It had to be one or the other. And this new villain, wow, she looks quite amazing, and I swear I've heard that voice somewhere before. I just can't quite put my hoof on it, but I know I've heard that voice. I might look it up later, at some point or another. And the only thing we know of the plot itself is that the main villain is after Twilight, supposedly according to the trailer, but that's about it. So forgive me if this is spoiling too much for you. Anyways, that's about it really about what they explained in the trailer. These new creatures, races, why do I keep saying creatures? Anyways, these new races, I can't really tell what they are. They look like some kind of I don't know, I can't describe it. They're very interesting. They look really cool for villains. And, what else? The dragons. I really hope the dragon race, Ember, all of them come into this movie. In fact, one of my predictions and one of my hopes for this movie is that it's gonna eventually, or maybe right away, who knows, it'll gather all ponies, all griffins, all yaks, dragons, sea ponies, pretty much every race across the land of Equestria, maybe even the whole world, coming together for like a huge epic battle at the end. Now, I think that's just I believe that's just over-exaggerating it too. I'm just saying, that's just something that I think would be really cool to see, because throughout the show itself, because what I've noticed is we've been being more introduced into these other races across Equestria, so it just makes me wonder, are they showing us the daily lives and how these races live and their personalities all the time? Is it because they want us to know these races so that way when the movie comes out we know what they're all about and their traditions, and we know them by character, like maybe just their leader like Ember or, etc. So that way the impact that the movie is waiting to show us will be quite incredible, or maybe not. What else is there? Honestly, there's not too much more to say because really that's it that they showed in the trailer. It was just some animation, some lines, some surprises that were spoiled already, but to be honest, I love going into MLP blind, but in this case I obviously did not do that for the movie because honestly I was actually a little nervous, because when it comes to movies coming from either a TV show, especially games, they tend to be very different, or so different that it's bad, or different that it's good. So it was an unknown ball game, so I had to at least grasp a little bit of what they're trying to show us, so that way whatever surprises await us, I'm prepared for it. Well, whatever. Anything else on top of this? Well, I honestly can't think of much more to say at this point. Well, everypony, these are my thoughts and hopes for the movie. I hope you're all just as excited for this as I am. In fact, this gives me the one chance I can finally meet bronies in my hometown. Hopefully, because I'm sure bronies in this town or everywhere across all the world are all gonna be meeting up with bronies at every movie theater on the opening movie night. Who knows? We'll see. I hope so. Maybe make a few friends so I can actually go out of the house and hang out with people I can relate to, or whatever. Well, everypony, I hope you're as excited for this as I am, and have a good one. I'll talk to you all next time.